Sometimes I think I've had everything, right? And I'm just looking at this car here and I think, how the bloody hell have I never had one of these as a bit of stock before? So it is a BMW 335D LCI Shadow Edition. It's such a cool car. I've been driving it for the last couple of days. It's just arrived as a bit of stock at the weekend. And today's video, we're going to do the usual thing. We're going to do the walk around, go through spec and HPI and valuations. And then we're going to go for a little drive in it and do draggy times later on in the video, because I want to show you lot how quick this car is. Here we go then, guys, straight into it. No intros to see, no cinematics, just get straight on with the walk around. So it's a 67 plate with the icon headlights in black with red leather, which is really nice. It's also got some pretty nice spec options which we will go through shortly. It's got the diamond cut face wheels there. What size are them wheels? What size are them wheels? 19s, 19-inch wheels, 225/40 19s on the front, and then on the rear, what have we got? 255 35 19s on the rear. Nice set of wheels they are. Obviously being an LCI car, it's got a few nicer touches over the pre-facelift cars. The Shadow Editions have got a few black touches as well, like the black grills there. And what else can I report? Smoked windows as well, that's quite nice. As we wander around the rear, we've got the LCI rear lights. Of course, because it's a 335D, all of the F30 335Ds are X-Drive, which is obviously a four-wheel drive car. So interesting stuff, man. Great all-rounder. Great for like all year round, suits a lot of purposes, suits a hell of a lot of different people. It's got the performance, it's got the practicality, and you can, you know, have some fun in it in the summer and be assured that you're going to be able to drive anywhere in the winter as well with that four-wheel drive system. So much more to report on the outside, not really. Visually they look identical really to a normal 3 Series. They didn't put no extra effort into them. Couple of subtle differences, different wheel options and stuff like that, but nothing major. Not like an M3 anyway, so it doesn't deserve it's not an M car, you know, it ain't an M car. Doesn't deserve to have a proper M badge, but it is a seriously cool car, and I'm so glad I've finally got one as a bit of stock and finally got my hands on one. So I have had a couple of 435Ds. One of them was actually a stage 1 tuned one as well, which was proper quick. I don't know if I've done draggy times on that particular car, but yeah, we did do draggy times on the other 435D. Something else that I've just had to come in is a bit of stock. That car's got one form of keep on the logbook. It's obviously a Ford Capri 2.8 litre injection. I have just filmed a video on that car, meet the owner video. I've met the owners. I've actually just bought that car as well. So 2.8 litre V6 petrol engine injection with, yeah, one form of keeper. The guy that I bought it off had it for 35 years, man. So yeah, if you didn't see that video, go and check it out, all right? So what more to report? So this engine is the N57 engine, 3 litre straight 6 twin turbo engine, produces about 310 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. So unbelievable figures, and trust me when I show you what it drives like it is proper quick, like shockingly quick for like a sort of a business spec sort of looking car. You wouldn't look at that and feel threatened by it. Let's just use that as a terminology. You would not look at this car in your rear view mirror and think, yeah, there's no way I'm racing that. You just wouldn't do that. You'd be well up for it, no matter what you're in. But trust me, you do not want to race 335D if you see one on the road, because it will put up a good fight and it might even beat you, all right? So interior red leather, like I just mentioned, with a little black pipe in there, which looks pretty cool. All the usual stuff on the interior, which we're all familiar with. The M Sport steering wheel, the DCT gearbox as well. In fact, it's not DCT, sorry, it's a ZF gearbox. Pretty sure it's an 8-speed wicked gearbox as well. And then on the inside, got a head-up display as part of the spec. Like I say, we will go through spec shortly. Start the engine. Start that up. Look at them dials, man. The dash dials. I've actually never driven a BMW with these dials in. I know this is not an uncommon thing, but to me it's an uncommon thing. I've never had a car with them dials in them, so they're like not quite as impressive, I suppose, as like the VW Audi virtual cockpit, but it does pass as a virtual cockpit. It's got it all going for it. It's all digital. It's all very nice, and yeah, quite impressive. And then when you stick it into sports mode, check this out. So we've got the sports toggle switches there. So when I click that up to sport now, you got sport, and then you got sport plus. Completely transformed the look of the dials, the dash layout there. We've got a big speedo, got a big gear indicator there, so you know what gear you're in, which is really important. And then we sort of retain the rev counter as well, and it all goes in red, which is pretty cool as well. So when we do draggy times later on, we will be putting it in sports mode, but for now we'll stick it back to comfort. You can also, if you look up here, go to sport displays. When you put it in sports mode, you can get the sports displays as well to show you. Obviously you can adjust these to suit yourself. from newton meters to pounds feet and from kilowatts to bhp, but for now they're set up like that, which is also quite a cool feature. Yeah, so anything else to report in here? Gloss back dash inserts, horrible chip on the windscreen there, so annoying. I hate chips on windscreens. The only way you ever get them sorted properly really is replacing the whole windscreen, so a bit annoying. Flappy paddles behind the steering wheel as well, which is important. Go back to comfort, even the way it's got that selection area there, pretty good. Sport Plus, Sport, Comfort, and then Eco Pro. And when you go to Eco Pro, it goes to this mode here, again blue, highlighting the fact that you're in eco mode, and it just changes the overall layout as well. So this car's done 101,000 miles, so quite a lot of miles really for a 67 plate car. What, we're in 2022 now, 5 years old, so yeah, quite a lot of miles, but it's worn really well. Should we jump back out and quickly look at the driver's seat? I think that's important. Yeah, what's that? That's just falling out of my pocket. Must be for the Capri. Must be for the Capri. But yeah, look at the wear on that seat. For a car that's done 100,000 miles, I think that's pretty bloody good, isn't it? So, yeah, I was going to say, there's the other thing I wanted to point out was the MPG. So I've been driving this for the last couple of days. Came in on Saturday, I think today is a Monday in my life, and we're averaging, like, I wouldn't say I've been driving it mega hard, but I've been having some fun in it. 33.5 miles to a gallon. That's serious MPG, man. That's bloody brilliant. So you've got performance, yeah, practicality. It's just ticks so many boxes, along with economy as well. So what we do, usual thing, guys, throw a camera up in the window, go through specs, HPI and all that wonderful stuff, and then we'll hit the road, all right? That's it. Capri looks so cool, doesn't it? So retro, man. It's such a good shaped car. An old coupe with a V6 engine. It looked the part, sounded the part, and yeah, quite a big car of my childhood. So yeah, I would definitely want to encourage you to go and check that video out if you haven't already. All right. So yeah, I was just looking at the Draggy leaderboard. There's drone there. Look, Moira in the Capri. On there, he's on the phone doing deals. No, he's getting photos of the Capri. Yeah, I was just looking at the Draggy leaderboard, and it's great. In fact, let's do a screen recording. Before we do that though, start the engine, get the aircon on, because I am sweating. What's the temperature today? 29.5 degrees. Seriously hot. I feel relaxed today, which is quite nice. Like, I'm well ahead of myself, got on top of everything. Everything's looking good. Not too much pressure at the minute. It's quite a strange experience for me, but yeah, pretty good. So let's get a screen recording done. Yeah, just looking at this Draggy leaderboard, you see it on the screen now. The 435D X-Drive, which is the car that I've done a video on recently, that was a stock car, 310 horsepower also. This car weighs 1,660 kilos, and that's about 200 kilos more a 4 Series because of the convertible roof. Sorry, a 435D convertible is, yeah, about 200 kilos more because of the tin roof with all the mechanical stuff to get the roof down as well. All right, so there's a weight difference, but that was also a stock car as well. So that's done in 5.71 seconds. You can see it just there. I just put a highlight on it. There we go. And obviously the aim for this video is to beat that. This has got to beat that. By how much, I don't know, but I can tell you that to me this car feels mega quick. Like, it feels proper quick, man. And even just now, when I was just changing the subject slightly, as I was wandering around filming a few shots there, I was looking at it thinking, have I got the mileage right on this? Like, I just told you, like, it's done 101,000 miles, yeah? And I just put my head back in the door because I thought, it's actually mint, isn't it? I don't pass as 10,000 miles, but it does pass as a lot less than 101,000 miles. And it definitely says that on the odometer reading there, and it's, you know, all the mileage all stacks up. So it has done 100,000 miles, but it's bloody mint considering the mileage, isn't it? So let's put up the HPI. There we go, I've done one on the current reg, but it's not changed over from the private reg yet, so I've done another one on the private reg there, which was N11JOR, and you can see all the details here. So it shows that it's got finance on it, doesn't have finance on it anymore, it's just being cleared off, just takes a few days to process. Previous plate transfer, obviously we know it's currently on FV67XCL, it's gone back to that plate now. 4 registers are clear, so all the other registers are all clear, and the finance one will get dropped as well in the next couple of days, which is good. And then you can see here, BMW 335D X-Drive M Sport Shadow Edition. All right, 4-door saloon. I love a 4-door saloon. You've got space in the back. You've got a big boot as well. I just had a quick look in the boot. It is a decent sized boot, and I love a saloon boot because it's secure. Once that boot's closed, it is secure. No one can get in there. I suppose it's a bit of a downfall with a hatchback or an estate car. People can smash the window and get your stuff out the back. That's just a stupid factor, but I do love a saloon. All right, so black diesel, 3 litre, 8-speed auto gearbox that I mentioned earlier, which is really good. And if we go down to spec check, which is important, again, HPI is not showing us the star rating on it currently, but forget that. £43,000 new. This car was 5,760 quid's worth of options, making it £48,800 brand new, including that. You can't forget the tax man. He had about 8 grand's worth of VAT out of this car. So head-up display, £825, wicked. Like, you're driving a 3 Series BMW. Granted, it's got the 335D engine under the bonnet, but it's got a bloody head-up display. It wouldn't normally go hand in hand with a diesel engine car, but it feels like a proper sports car, and I love the fact that it was spec with that. It's got BMW Icon adaptive LED headlights, £745. M Sport brakes, 570 quid. Enhanced Bluetooth with wireless charging, £395. No way, that's wicked. It's got a little wireless charging point under the armrest there. BMW individual piano black, £375. I mentioned that earlier. Really like that. Driving assistant, 370 quid. I'm guessing that's the perhaps the lane assist options down here, which is, I think that's a bit excessive personally. Like, that wouldn't be a must for me if I was buying a car, but it's really cool that it's got it. I personally have that just turned off all the time. So what else have we got? Reverse assist camera, really nice that it's got that. I think that's quite an important spec option. I suppose they do all come with parking sensors, which is good, but a camera is a nice optional, a nice option above that. So seat heating for the driver and front passenger. Love heated seats. Like, if the temperature is anything below 10 degrees in my life, I'll always have a heated seat on. I love them, literally love them. So that's the must, 325 quid. Exterior mirrors electrically folding with anti-dazzle. So when you press and hold the lock button, the mirrors do fold in. Of course, you can do that manually inside here by this button, which is pretty cool. That was 300 quid. Digital cockpit, £295. There you go. That is actually a spec option, so it didn't all come with that. It is a spec option. I don't know how many people optioned that, but I think it's a nice, really nice feature, that is. Split folding rear seat, obviously in the back, £255. Concierge service, 240 quid. So you can call BMW and tell them what's what. I don't know, I've never used it before. Pretty cool though. Speed limit display, £220. Online entertainment, 160 quid. This is going on for a long time. It's a big spec list. Extended storage, £155. Steering wheel heated. I didn't even know it had that. Oh my God, look at that. It's got a heated steering wheel. Armrest front sliding. We already know from previous videos that it costs 45 quid if you want your armrest to slide. Pretty pointless, I think, personally, but it's got it anyway. And then we've got black sapphire metallic paint, Dakota leather in coral red, navigation system, park assist, piano black finishes, remote services, Wi-Fi hotspot. All of those were free option, but I do really want to point out that black exterior with red leather interior is absolutely wonderful through my eyes. I literally love that combination. Nice contrast, black body, red interior. You can see the headrest as you look at the car from outside looking in. It just looks so good. So yeah, I think that's it for that section of the video. I think what we need to do now, go for a drive, and let me just show you how wicked this thing drives. Such an effortless car to drive this is. I'm not even joking. It's just so easy, man. Don't make loads of noise, obviously, because it's a diesel. A little bit of turbo whistle, you know, that nice hissing sound that we like to hear. Subtly, very subtly, but real strong boost. Now, currently we're in, is it the eco mode? The comfort mode. We're currently in the comfort mode, right? And in comfort mode, it feels very quick. Now, you click it up once to sports mode, and what does that do? Let me tell you exactly what that does. It does the drivetrain and the chassis, supposedly, right? And then you click it up again from sport to sport plus. It does drivetrain, chassis, and limited stabilization, i.e. it reduces the traction control slightly, all right? So you've got less traction settings, and I can honestly, what was that? Oh, that's a Porsche. I just heard something roaring. I thought, what was that noise? There's a Porsche right up in the distance there. But to me, when you put it in the Sport or Sport Plus mode, it feels like it transforms the car far better than what most sports buttons do, right? Some sport buttons, you press them, you're like, has that even done anything? Whereas with this car, It feels like it's giving us loads more boost on the turbos. The throttle response is a lot sharper. It just drives so much better. Maybe the revs are hanging out a bit further. I don't know what it is. This feels fast, man. So we're going to go over to manual as well. Down to second gear there. Now, it is proper quick. I'm not joking. This car is fast, man. I love turbo power in general, and I love the fact that you can get good economy out of turbo power, diesel power, should I say. I love diesel power in general, that's what I was meant to say. And I love the fact that you can get good economy out of a diesel engine car as well. So they just do so much. I think one downfall with this car, and I'm going to put it out there, is I mentioned the visuals earlier. They just look a bit average, don't they? And a few people say it to me about M135Is and never really M140s. They did make a few changes on them, but they do just look, it just looks like a 3 Series, and I feel like it's an amazing car, man. This is a bloody brilliant car. I feel like BMW should do something in the middle of normal and M. They should introduce something in the middle, a bit like what Audi done. They've got Audi and they've got your normal A4, and then you've got the RS4, and then they introduced the S4, which is actually a special car, man. Like, and they deserve that credit, and BMW should do that. I know they do M lights, but even like this is essentially, what is it, an M light? Almost is. But even if it was, it deserves a little bit more effort, I think, visually and perhaps on the interior. This doesn't deserve to have normal 3 Series seats. This is a special car. So on that note, let's go back to the word performance, because that's what we really care about. 5.71 seconds to beat on the 435D. I know they're almost identical cars to compare to, so it's pretty pointless really, but it will be interesting to see what it goes up against on the Draggy leaderboard. So let's head out now and do that and see how it gets on. 3, 2, 1. We're in sports mode. We're using the automatic gearbox, by the way. That's it. Effortless, absolutely effortless. Done. So 5.71 was the time to beat on the 435D, and run number 1 we've done 5.31 seconds straight away. It's a verified time, so straight away we've absolutely smashed the 435D. That 200 odd kilo saving in weight saving has made a massive difference. Well, we'll do 2 more runs. I'll come back to you in a sec and let you know if we beat 5.31, all right? And then we'll look at how it compares to some of the other cars on the Draggy leaderboards. Hold on, I'm back with you because I just done the second run, right? I didn't realise this car's got launch control. I just launched it off the mark. I know from 0 to 20 there is no benefit there, but it just gets the car, the momentum of the car going better. And we've done a second run of 5.14. I'm going to do a third run shortly and see if we can beat that again using launch control again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Indicator on, despite being a BMW. Oh my God! Run number 3, 5.08 seconds. There you go. Let's pull over and see how it compares to some of the other cars on the leaderboard. So we have just pulled over and there is the 3 runs there. Look, 5.08 being the last one of the lot, the fastest one of the lot as well, all verified. Like, this is what I mean about this car. It's so impressive, such a bloody good car. Now, if we look at my Draggy leaderboard now, 5.08 seconds, I've highlighted one there. It's the Audi SQ7 V8 diesel, 430 brake horsepower. That was such a quick car, man, and it's on par with that, 5.08 seconds. And each time we've done a run, it just get better and better and better, and it absolutely smashed the 435D convertible as well. So all in all, they're really, really impressive. What other cars we've got in that region? Jaguar F-Pace S, 3 litre. Oh, we've got the Planet of Dreams Stage 1 tunes, E90 335D. That's quite interesting. That's 358 horsepower. That done it in 4.96 seconds. Also an automatic car, but that's obviously the older generation 335D. So almost on par with that as well. The Golf GTI there, the Mark 5, the one that we're doing on Planet of Dreams. By the way, if you've not entered for your chance to win that car and the Audi A3, the Audi A3 probably would have been given away by now. But loads of other stuff. Head over to my website, planetdreams.co.uk. It's free to enter, or you can sign up as a dream catcher and get entered 10 times into every single competition across the website. Go and check it out. It completely makes sense, all right? So let's hit the road again. Full traction. I was sort of expecting, or half expecting, the back end to slip out a little bit there, because they are known to be rear dominant, these X-Drive BMW systems, four-wheel drive systems even. My M5 used to be great fun. You used to just slide it in the bends and it would always save you. The front wheels would just kick in and just save you from losing your arse end. So yeah, it's a wicked four-wheel drive system, and I think it's just going back to that thing again with this car. It's just it's just a great all-round package. I didn't mention values earlier. Two things I didn't mention. One, the NMR check, which is also very important when you check a car. National Mileage Register, you should really always do that to check that the car's not been clocked. This car is green. I will show a little screen recording of the HPI now. And the values of this car, if you look on the market for a 335D, I think you can get one nowadays, like a non-shadow edition early car, for as little as like 13, 14 grand now. So they're great value. This car here is valued at nearer to £20,000. Really hard to put an exact value on it because it is such a good spec car and it's done, I suppose, quite high mileage compared to some of the other cars on the market. Going back to the spec things quickly. Performance is wonderful. One spec option I didn't really feel like I highlighted enough is a random one, the speed limit display on the head-up display. I think that's something that would often get overlooked, right? If you're buying a car, you wouldn't think, oh, I really need that, but it's such a handy feature. So basically, right in front of you on the head-up display, it tells you the speed limit of the road that you're currently on. I know that's basic stuff really, but it's so handy, man. So when you're chipping down the road, you think, God, am I speeding? You look up at that, you think, you know, I'm not actually speeding, which is really good. Also, this virtual cockpit, or whatever it's called, on the spec list, great option. I'm not going to sit here and say it's an absolute must, but if you do get a car with that, you will really enjoy it. All right, so yeah, I'm going to wrap it up, leave it as that. Thanks very much for watching. This car is now obviously just going to go up for sale. I'm pretty sure that by the time this video goes live, it will be sold though. But if you do want to check out anything that I've got for sale, if you want to sell a car, any of that wonderful stuff, I will put a link to my own website, calvinslinks.com, and within that website you can see Planet of Dreams, you can see the car buying shop, Binker Retail, all of my businesses, along with some of the brands that I mentioned on the channel as well, so check that out. All right, thanks for watching. Hit like if you like this video, hit subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.